Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats, presented by WeTV. In this series, we are interviewing some of our amazing student athletes here at WCU. Today, we have Josh Glyn-Williams of our track team. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself and what you do for our track team.
Well, I'm a long and triple jumper. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I've been running track since I was 10 years old. So I've been doing this for now 10 years.
Exciting. If you don't mind, could you share a memorable moment from your athletics career here at Western?
I think the most memorable moment for me was the first time we went to a big track meet when we went down to South Carolina, seeing like everybody in the stands and seeing people I used to watch on TV. It made me feel like I was like, wow, like I made it, you know? So seeing everybody, seeing your new team cheer for you, being in that like real Division I experience was like something unreal.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like that first big thing is always going to be stuck in your memory. How would you say you stay motivated during the intense stretches of track season, like the championship season?
Well, I always remember my family back home. I think about that they're the reason why I'm here. And I always think about when I go home, seeing my family. We always do like a big family get together. And even when I call them, like my mom or dad, sometimes they're not even track related, but just the conversations we have keep me motivated on why I'm here and that I'm also living my dream, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it definitely is a unique experience with you coming from Canada. It's like some of our athletes who might be across the state.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But with the family also, something that's been a kind of a theme in all of these interviews is family, and not just family like literal blood family, but also family in athletics, how there's a family feel in the teams. And I kind of wanted to hear your perspective with that.
Well, I think that I would argue that even though we're an individual sport, we have some of the like closest team I've ever met in my life. So like even though we have different groups, like the jumpers, the sprinters, we're all a very tight-knit group. And just even when we practice, because I'm a jumper, we have to train with the sprinters, we train with the jumpers, pole vault comes in. So we're always training together, and we always do stuff outside of school, like outside of class, outside of track. So I think that we have a very like tight bond between all of us.
I think that's important, even in an individual sport like track is, because you know that people have got your back.
For sure.
I think that's something that has really been helpful to kind of see throughout the different athletics. But moving from the athlete side to student side, because these interviews are more than just you as a student athlete, it's also you as a student. So what are you studying? What made you choose that major?
So I'm a biology major with focus in pre-med. And I've been telling people I wanted to be a doctor since I was in like grade 4. And then when I got into sports, then I was like, I just put my two passions together. So I want to be a sports medicine physician. That's the end goal. And I really just want to work with athletes, want to help out people, and I just want to make a difference.
I think also having that perspective as an athlete yourself helps a lot with
for sure.
How would you say you manage your time between academics and athletics?
Time management. I know I'm not the best with time management, but I've been really trying to work on just whenever you get like a free second, just like hop on the computer, write down some notes, do some quizzes that you got get ready for later, and trying to do everything before practice, because after practice you start losing motivation because you're tired, and you also don't want to stay up too late so you can wake up early and get ready for practice again. So trying to do everything early before so you're not stressing is what I learned.
Yeah, and kind of beyond just the time management, what are some challenges you'd say you face as a student athlete, and how do you overcome those?
Some challenges are, well, I have a busy schedule. So basically 9 to 5, I'm always pretty booked. So like finding the motivation at like 8 o'clock at night to be like, okay, I got to go and study for this big test I got tomorrow is something I learned, that you just have to like, as much as like in jumping and when we're running, the motivation to find to do that, you have to find the motivation to get and study the books.
Yeah. Finding that motivation. Yeah, I can get the difficulty in there, but it's good to be able to find that balance too. And how would you say that being a student athlete has shaped your college experience?
I think it's shaped it immensely. I mean, it's the reason I'm here in America. It's the reason I think I'm doing well as like a person, because even though we're a team, it's individual. So, you know, track has taught me to be more of like, to take accountability for myself and have that like intrinsic motivation, so that when I'm down either on the track or in school, to be able to count on myself.
Yeah, and I think the reason that I like to ask that question now is that a lot of people don't realize the amount that affects everything that you do and what you have to do, because you have to kind of center everything around when practice is and like your schedule and routine. So yeah, but moving from that to our lightning round, so just short little answers for some short little questions. Okay. What is your favorite class at Western so far?
My favorite class, I'm in this body motion class, and it really has taught me like how what I'm doing on the track can translate into like studying, you know, things that you do like without thinking about it. Learning and studying it is like very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
I love to get like amped up, but always try and stay relaxed, and I do that with music. So music's my big pregame ritual.
I feel like music for track and cross country is something that I've heard from a lot of student athletes, even outside of interviews. Just that's the thing. What is your favorite sports team or athlete outside of Western?
My mom's a baseball Blue Jays fan, so we always root. When I go home, we always go down to a Blue Jays game. We go downtown. So whenever I'm away, I'll still continue watching the Blue Jays and whatnot. So
shout out to the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And then finally, what is your favorite post-game meal?
Back home, we used to always go out for sushi after my track meets. So I try and do that still to this day here. I'll go out after, whether it's sushi or we'll go out just for something, just to get out. It's nice.
The fact that you're not the first person to say sushi as an after-game meal is very interesting to me. And then finally, to kind of tie everything together, what is the best advice you've received as a student athlete? And kind of with that, what is a piece of advice you'd give to incoming student athletes?
Something I'm still learning on is just letting go. If you have a bad day or a bad season, to just let go, or even just a bad jump in a track meet, to just let go and to not focus and not beat yourself up too much over it, and that everything will work out eventually.
Yeah, perfect advice. So thank you for coming on the show today, Josh. It was a pleasure having you. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.